Hi, this is the evaluation of the order trading system activity for July the 14th, 2021. We had 3 trades on that day, 2 buys, 1 short sell. Okay, first trade was CLBS. Clovis Oncology Incorporated. It tripped at 12:45:06 p.m. at a price of 560. It was a buy. It closed the day at 529, up 0.19%. It's up 4.16. It's up 4.16% today. It's bringing it back up to where it tripped yesterday. So you can see it came down. Yeah, you can see it dropped at the end of the day, even though it was still above its previous close. So got to see if there's any opportunity here. As you can see, okay. $12.52, $5.69, $12.52, and it actually started to come down roughly around this area. $12.52, $1.18. So we're talking almost 20 minutes here where it was above its tripping price. So to me, that's a positive, even though it's not extensive. It's still a positive, and you can see though right after that period though it started to come down. We'll see though if it was able to still maintain a positive direction from the indicator themselves. OBV came up, and no, OBV is not too drastic. It came up when it tripped, but somewhat, just sideways activity. MACD up, up, up. MACD looks okay. It's consistently moving back upwards. At the end of the day there, the averages were moving down. DI up, up, down, down, up, down. Bouncing back and forth a little bit on DI, and you can see this is where it came down. It started to move heavily negative. In Bollinger Band, same thing. It would move up, up, up. So there's 3 jumps up, but in general, it was somewhat moving down. So the stock technically was moving negative for the day, even though it tripped. So it obviously opened up above its closing price yesterday, and stayed above it. Next trade is the GTHX. It's G1 Therapeutics Incorporated. Tripped at 12:56.23 at a price of 19.38. It was a buy. It closed the day at 19.06, down 1.40%. So let's see, 12. Yes, yes, yes. So you can see the period after it tripped, it stayed above its tripping price. So 106, 12:56, about 10 minutes or so at that point. 1925. And here, again, another 10-minute period of time in the middle of the afternoon, roughly. Well, late afternoon, actually. You can see it came up and dropped again. There's 2 periods here where it went above its tripping price. So that's a positive. I want you to see if the indicators are showing somewhat consistent movement or not. Look, OBB, surprisingly, OBB it's okay. It's somewhat sideways. You see it jumped up around its tripping place and came down, started moving negative. MACD, though, is a little bit different. Look, MACD here showing jumped up, came down, but you can see jumped up again and came down. So got a W pattern here itself. Well, whatever pattern they call it. I say it looks like a W, but some say maybe that's a U, but there's an aspect of where you have 2 peaks. MACD is looking okay. MACD is looking as positive itself than anything else. DI, pause, negative, pause again. So there's actually two negatives. At end of day, closing period, it was moving more negative than positive, but still it was positive just before that, which was that secondary peak we saw and then came down. And Bollinger Band showing the same thing. So all the indicators showing the same thing. That stock basically was half and half, though it did close the day at a downward trend, but the day itself was somewhat moving positive. Next trade is CARB. That's Carver Bancorp Incorporated, tripped at 3:55:10 p.m. at a price of 1766. It was a short sell, and surprisingly enough, it closed above at 1777, and still it was down 17.29%. And you can see it's making a recovery this morning, back up 2.14%. So let's see if any opportunity here. 355. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm not going to include this. I didn't realize 355, and I won't. I won't include anything after basically 10 minutes before. Technically, half an hour before closing, I don't like to. So, half an hour before closing is usually the end point where I'll accept a stock for evaluation. But you can see that the stock 1776, 1769. Yeah. It's interesting because you can't even see the price range here. Chart's not available, surprisingly enough. Yeah, this is what I don't like. I thought you were able to zoom in on this. Yeah, you can zoom in. No, for me, I'm coming in because I'm trying to see where did it actually come down to that price that it tripped at 1766. That's interesting because I have a price here just before close of 1766, and there's nothing indicating that price range. That's got me a bit confused, and I think just for prosperity, I want to see the actual price activity explicitly. Just pardon me for a minute or so here. I'm just going to go take a look at the price activity itself. CRB, this is the right stock. It must be. It's roughly the same price range, which it's just, yeah, the lowest here that I can see on this chart. That's 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 the closest I can get. Yeah, 3:50, 4 o'clock, 3:55. It would be right around here, and not seeing any activity like that at all. Well, I'll just bring my view over here. CARB. Sorry, this application's taking a bit long to start up. Okay. Five, three. It should order by time because it came in by time, but you never know. Okay. Ah, this is interesting. Was that stock showing, only showing, well, this can't be the right stock because this is only showing price to 953. Is that what I put down? 953. Oh, sorry. Did not realize I only grabbed the first thousand records. There we go. That's better. And see, there was not much activity on this stock. Here. Look. You see at 1755 around this time it dropped down to the 76. So that's where we got the 1766 from, was down here. It's just that the Yahoo charts are just not showing down to that level of granularity, so we can't give it an indication of it being down there. Yeah, it's just not showing it. The stock itself, yeah, you can see it came down, yeah. Okay, so that answers the question. The stock did come down. Oops, sorry, I went down the beginning, 1245, 1256, 1855. Yeah, stock was moving. Stock technically was moving negative. But like I said, I'm not going to include it. I'm just checking there because of things that stood out to me as, questionable that I needed to validate. But again, 355, I will not include a stock like that as an evaluation point because it's just too late in the day for me to put any value to the activity. We're talking like a few minutes till closing that the stock would have been active from its tripping point, and that's just not valid for me as a point of review. So I'm going to leave it at that. So we have two trades that are positive and active and 100%, and to me that's a good day. The other trade, as mentioned, just happened too late in the day for me to consider it. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you.